Hello students, today we will start our 14th chapter, Email and Security in Internet.
Once you click on forward button, you will be presented with a screen that asks you to restore your data from backup. This is helpful in cases where we already are backup and are reconfiguring evolution due to some problems. If this is a fresh installation, then click on forward button and screen as shown in figure 14.14 will appear. This is your identity for evolution setup assistant. You have to write your full name, email address here. Unless you wish to include this information in email you sent. So you have to give such informations. Setting identity for evolution mail. Here you are supposed to provide some necessary information that identifies the sender and his organization. We have provided some sample information as can be seen in figure 14.15. By pressing forward button, screen as shown in figure 14.16 will appear. This is your server name, connection. As we are trying to configure a Gmail account, the server name has been chosen as imap.gmail.com. In case you want to map different account, then you need to find out the server name from your internet service provider for both sending as well as receiving. Once the details have been entered, click forward button. This will lead you to a screen that is used to set email receiving options. Fill the details such as what should be refresh time of the email client and so on. By clicking a forward button on respective screens, figure 14.17, figure 14.18, figure 14.19 and figure 14.20 will be visible. Observe that the last screen shows done message. Here you have to choose apply to actually applying the setting. Managing account details. Congratulations, your mail configuration is complete. The above steps are systematic method to configure a mail account. Once you have configured the email client properly, you will be shown a welcome message. However, if you have missed to provide some information, you may always go to edit menu and select preferences. See the screen shown in figure 14.20. The option allows you to set preferences for email, contact, network, calendar and other tasks. We used a dummy account for configuration purpose here. If you have a valid email address, you may start working with the mail client. The interface of the email client will be somewhat similar to the one shown in figure 14.21. It may ask you for password which you have to set earlier. See the dialog box shown in figure 14.22. The system may remember this password. However, it is suggested that if you work on public infrastructure, you should disable the option of remembering the password. You can compose a new message as can be seen in figure 14.23. See this from which account you are sending, to whom you are sending. Here you have to write that email address. CC if you want to keep any other email address, so you can keep it in CC. Carbon copy. Subject you have to write here plain text, normal, alignment you can select. Here you have composed. If you want to attach, show attachment bar. In here you can attach files also. Click on show attachment bar to attach a file. You will find a button for attachment. Click on that. It will ask related information about the name and location of the file to be attached. See figure 14.24. Note that the view in your screens may differ based on the file that you select. Once you select the appropriate file, here evolution notes.odt of size 6.9 MB will be attached with the message as shown in figure 14.25. Evolution also helps in importing existing email and contact from other client. If you wish to import contact from the existing mail account, execute evolution import assistance as shown in figure 14.27 and provide necessary information. The evolution import assistant will guide you through a series of steps. After completing these steps, you will be able to import your contacts stored in different files. Security and cryptography we will see in our next video. Security and cryptography. Whenever we share information and resources using a public domain, we need to assure that only authentic people would use the resource. Consider we have made banking system online. Using a website on the internet, it must be assured that the only valid users can operate accounts within the bank. Otherwise, fraud may be committed and the bank no longer would be trusted. This is very fatal to the business. Students' marks, financial information, defense and other army operations, formulas and recipes for food items and drugs, etc. may be shared within selected groups of users. The internet provides base to share information and service across the world without any geographical barriers, but also invite possibility of malfunctioning and frauds. You might have heard that some sites were hacked by some person. We must save our valuable resources from such hackers. To take advantages of the internet platform for resource sharing and resource providing, we must take care of security of the content from unwanted users such as hackers. The secured resource shares helps in the ways as mentioned. To protect assets. Once an organization's resources are kept in a shared environment, they must be secured against unauthenticated users. Here, resources include not only hardware and software but information also. Consider online document management system for a military office. Some sensitive document must be shared among selected senior officers. The information in form of document must be protected and kept hidden from public. To survive in competitive scenario. By developing proper security measures, the organization may improve its brand image and quality of the services. Good quality service improve degree of user acceptance and earn competitive advantage over other organizations in the similar business. Network security counts much when it comes to financial and email applications. Online shopping site, telephone bill payment and banking systems are the example systems where it is difficult to survive without proper security provisions. To provide better services to users, organizations must ensure safe and secure transaction to their users. Such transactions are always preferable to practice. Many software quality standards include security handling as their major quality control feature. Confinement to such quality standards improves organization reliability in users' minds and improves customer relationship with the organization. People would like to go for safe and reliable operations. If you know that the bank you are operating with the right now was hacked last week, would you like to continue business transactions with it? By managing proper security to the resources and service, we ensure authentic use of content. Further, we need to identify weakness of the existing system. The weakness of existing system often called vulnerabilities. To provide sufficient level of security and to ensure smooth business, we need to learn about various type of risk, possible attacks and threats that cause harm to the computing system or users in different ways. A threat is anything that can dispute the operation, functioning, integrity or availability of a shared environment such as network or system. This can take any form and can be malicious, accidental or simply an act of nature. Whereas the attack is a specific technique used to exploit a vulnerability of a system. Here is the brief discussion about possible attacks and harms caused by them. Virus. A virus is a parasite program that comes along with software. Full form of virus is Vital Information and Resource under SIES. Many times when we use some fancy and attractive software for internet, virus may come. Just like biological virus, it requires a host to hide and to function. When the host program is executed, the virus is spread. When the infected program is shared through mail or other devices like pen drive, the receiving computer may be infected with virus. Once a virus reaches to a computer, it normally multiplies itself. One can protect such virus attack by implementing virus scanning program available on the market. CLAMP antivirus software is an example of free and open software antivirus software. It is to be noted that the most of the virus scanning program are effective against non-viruses. Unfortunately, they are incapable of recognizing and adapting to new viruses. Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a program or code segment that hides inside a program and performs a harmful function to computer resources. The name Trojan horse is given from Greek mythology and the story of Troy. The story tells how the Troy was conquered by hiding some soldiers within a giant wooden horse to get inside into the gate of the Troy. The Trojan horse that contains harmful program within it generally claims some useful and fancy function such as mail with attachments, screensavers, or free games. When user execute the program, the hidden program inside is also executed and performed in parallel with the main program. Popular example of Trojan horse program is password grabber. The login.exe file is replaced with new login.exe, which is a Trojan. When user give a username and password, the system stores the information and displays message that a password is incorrect. Meanwhile, system passes the control to actual login.exe, which asks you to second time for username and password. User incorrectly provides the username and password, again thinks that there may be mistake in giving password earlier. Here, user never knows that his username and password have been stolen.